All right, guys, welcome to our final video in our series on ankle mobility. This one's fairly straightforward. Dania, what do you got?
Yeah, so we are going to, all the drills we've done before has been very targeted to ankle or lower leg or foot. We're now going to use a full body drill and make it a bit more functional to practice loading that dorsiflexion in a squat. Now, oftentimes though, when we're squatting, whether it's our hip or our knee or ankle that's limiting us, sometimes we drop in and we end up cheating or reinforcing bad technique. So we're gonna do a controlled version of this, especially if you don't have the capability to go down really low. You're gonna use a pull or a squat rack or a band or a door handle. Make sure the door doesn't move on you.
Just hand assisted, more or less,
just
right?
hand assisted.
Gotcha.
So this is important because we wanna make sure we're practicing good, perfect technique and allowing our body to sink into the ranges of motion that feels thick and tight, without us feeling like we're gonna fall over or reinforcing really crappy technique. So oftentimes when we can't get down, we end up rounding our back or dumping our pelvis. So here we get to practice finding our end range. Todd has great mobility, so it's kind of a bad demo. But most people can't get down this
probably the only thing I have going for me.
But so most of you, like, if you can't get down to this position, it's common. We want to get this position back for you because we started like this as babies and we actually should be able to move into this position regardless of your age. But what he's gonna find is where he can maintain good range of motion, good squat technique, and practice loading into that ankle dorsiflexion now. So play around with it. Use the pole as little as possible, but it's there for feedback so you can maintain good squat mechanics. You can wiggle around. You can even like roll into your ankles, roll out. Just play with it, but it helps you practice in that squat position.
I have a question.
Uh-oh.
Well, no, it's not hard, but one thing you said is people dumping their pelvis. What do you mean when you say that? What's actually happening?
So when we squat, if we can't maintain good upper body mechanics, we either dump through here or we're gonna really round through here, right? So this is what can cause a lot of like lumbar discs, herniated discs.
Is that what's referred to as a butt wink?
Butt wink, yes.
Okay,
So you'll see this on guys when they're squatting, they're gonna go down, 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 and then suddenly they're just like bent.
Yeah.
Like they dump. And that can be restrictions from ankle, knee, or hip, or even upper back mobility.
Gotcha.
So this, when you use a pole, you can practice perfect squatting techniques up to the ability where you can squat. So like I said, get out of my way. If you can only squat down like this low with perfect technique, that's better to practice and reinforce than trying to squat lower and just like dumping into really crappy technique.
Fantastic. Totally.
Yeah, sweet.
All right, so that concludes our entire series on ankle mobility, whether it's mobility that you need to focus on or whether it's soft tissue release that you need to focus on in order to create that mobility. Make sure you watch the series in its entirety. And if you like it, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you put any questions down below. We will be sure to get back to you and answer those. And make sure you hit subscribe. All right, guys, thanks so much. Thank you, Dania. Always top notch. We'll see you in the next one.